So today we are just continuing our study, Parayanam, and trying to understand the most important text which goes by the name Aruna Prashna, which happens to be the first Prashna of the Taittiriya Aranyaka, where you get plenitude of information and knowledge and scientific knowledge and all that in this particular section. That is called by going by Aruna Prashna. Prashna doesn't mean question. It's a kind of investigation and also a zeal to know what that globe of light, splendorous light that we see in the sky. And there are so many details behind it, and all those details have been uncovered by virtue of tapas and all that sadhana by our great rishis. So today we are reading Aruna Prashna because of the contribution made by the various rishis and also Rishikumaras, the students of Veda, who raised doubts and who are able to get answers to them also. And therefore, this is really very lucky that we are able to get high information, spiritual knowledge, and also the influence of Paramatma Adideva, Surya Narayana, and in how many forms. And having known how he is a cause for the for the creation of time, movement of time, kalaha, apsunivesitaha, and the water that comes upon the earth is again from Surya Bhagavan. Therefore, and ultimately it is said, Kala Chakra Pranetaram Surya Narayanam Bhaje. This is the statement. Surya Narayana is the promulgator or the person who makes the entire Kala Chakra to constantly revolve and revolve and revolve. That's why Shankara said, Kalaha Gacchati Kridatyayuhu. So the Kala Nadi, Kala is taken to be a Pravaha, a river which has no any obstacle in flow, going on and on and on and on. That's why even Ramayana has been promised by Brahmadeva that, oh Valmiki, if you write Rama's story, Adikavyam, it will stay a very long time. He said, Yavasthasyanti Grayaha, Yavastha Nadyaha Parvatascha. So long the mountains remain, so long the rivers flow, so long Parvatas stay, and so on. Until then, the Ramayana Katha Loke Prasarishyati. It will be just published and it is live and green in the world. So in that manner, even Surya Bhagavan also. Surya Bhagavan is never disturbed for whatever changes that are happening in this world, because this world contains Lokayatra. Amavar Lalita Parameswari. Now we are in the Dasara or Navara Devi Navaratri Utsavas. We are on the verge of performing the Saraswati Puja, and now, of course, in the West, in America, but in India, probably they must have already completed Saraswati Puja there, and Navaratri Utsavas. So this is called Divai Navaratras, and in what we get in the Vasanta Navaratris, where Rama, Shiva, and all people are worshipped, the male gods, because the year changes. The entire universe, the entire nature will be green with all the sounds of the birds and so on. So it is Vasanta Navaratri, spring season, but now it is a Sharan Navaratri. And this particular Sharan Navaratri time, we are supposed to have no clouds much in the sky. Sun and moon will brightly shine. And this is also an occasion for sun and moon to show off their grace upon the people, upon the land, and all lokas, so that they will have a beautiful opportunity of his darshan. So Aruna. So in Telugu there is one beautiful poem. Aruna Gabhasti Bimba Mutayadripayan Padadera Perugu Vantagambulu Adapindian Udavanga Bettu Nirbara Karunadhurine Talli Unnade Harahara Antadu. Oka poet cheptu. So Aruna Bimbam Kaniminchagane, then the moment you see the vision of appearance of Aruna Bimba, very crimson color, very beautiful, golden in hue, golden rays, and we can directly look at that Aruna Bimba without any aids like any goggles or any glasses, something like that. So that's why even for our website, I mean, you Zoom program, our Rama Emmanuru has given Arunam as the password. Unless you remember Aruna, you cannot get into the Zoom link. Beautiful. Therefore, Aruna, that is, it's very crimson. Love is signified. That Aruna Varna is a sign of love, affection, and support and health. Therefore, we have taken that kind of thing today continuously. Now we have come up to after season, after time, there is seasons, and Samvatsara is the unit. And is Samvatsara of all the time limit, time units. How do you measure time? Scaling, the time is important. So there are Trutivissaha, we have already come across. There is a time has been divided into year, fortnight, then days and the weeks and days and hours and minutes and seconds and then split seconds. So imagine our Rishis have got such a concept of time and also meticulous about the division of time. They were able to give us the shortest minimal time. So for all that small, medium and big time capsules, even Surya Bhagavan is responsible. Then we have also got some other information about Surya Bhagavan, and we are now coming up to the presently today we are going to talk about the chariot or the car of Surya Bhagavan and how it is being drawn, how many number of wheels the car has got, and where is the car moving, and as it is moving, what is that? So all that conveyance information we are going to get in this particular section, which we are going to start. And moreover, everybody wants to go to the Surya Mandala. As we are being supplied wonderful support and knowledge and brilliance and all that from Surya, then somebody might desire to go to Surya Mandala. In fact, in Lalita Sahasranamam, you see, Bhanu Mandala Madhyasthayai Namo Namaha. Lalita Parameswara Bhanu Mandala Madhyastha. She is the very embodiment of power generator or the power itself in Surya Bhagavan. Therefore, and Lalita by name, she is very kind and very soft and cool. Therefore, Surya Bhagavan's rays, though very hot, because Surya is known to be as a Gharma Ruchihi, Gharma Ruchi Ragat. Gharma Ruchi is there, but so when he comes down to the earth level, then there is a moisture in the rays. That's also we are able to come across in Aruna Prashna. Because of the moisture that the sun's rays have got, we are not bothered. Even if it's 49, 46 degrees temperature. No, even in deserts also people live where there will be very hot area, and also the area would be fully filled with the sand. Sand absorbs the heat better than the earth and remains to be very hot. So it is not ordinarily possible to walk in sand because there is a lot of sun burning the sand, and therefore people use for transport and all that the camels. Therefore, the camels are otherwise described as the boat in the deserts. Yadari Voda. And camel has got its anatomy is so fittingly created and done by Paramatma that they are able to store large number of water, and they are able to carry, and they are able to, and they are not. So when you study about the camel's life, then you understand how Surya Bhagavan has given scope for a animal at least to become a vehicle to all those people who like to live in the deserts, who want to get advantage. And though there are oases and then mirages and all that, still people are there living and they carry something. And one day, I mean, the camel itself becomes a food, because if people run out of water in the dead, in that desert, they will only use the water stored by the camel inside the stomach. Oh, lot of things. Though all that, therefore, the creation is simply wonderful. Hiranyagarbha, that Hiranyagarbha is also Narayana. And that Narayana, when he is giving you shining, is called Surya Narayana. So Surya Narayana, Samudra Narayana, and all those Narayana sabdas are there. Now let us go to the text as such. So, please repeat. So jihvo om, so jihvo asaschata.
Om so jihvo asaschata. Om so jihvo asaschata.
Naitam rushim viditva nagaram pravisetu.
Naitam rushim viditva nagaram pravishetu. Naitam rushim viditva nagaram pravishetu.
Yadi pravisetu.
Yadi pravishetu. Yadi pravishetu.
Mithau charitva pravisetu.
Mithau charitva pravishetu. Mithau charitva pravishetu.
Tatsambhavasya vratam.
Tatsambhavasya vratam. Tatsambhavasya vratam.
So here, let us understand, Sambhava is another great Rishi who has acquired lot of knowledge and understanding regarding the sun's character and conduct and movement and all that. So he is talking about it. Unless one knows the mantras connected to Surya Bhagavan, he cannot venture to enter into that. See, asaschat naitam rushim viditva nagaram pravisetu. Rushim viditva means you should get the knowledge and regarding the seer, regarding all that, and then only one can enter into that. So, into that city. And what is that city? Purusha. Our own body is a city. That's why Purushaha, when you say Purushaha and Purushaha, in Purusha Suktam, you get this kind of contrasting. Purusha is ordinary man. Purusha is one man plus something. That is Paramatma Narayana. So, Achyatishthadachangulam, there is a Purushaha anta baratte. And vastundi. So you can understand. So supposing you are to enter into that body of the Surya Bhagavan, or if you want to get to that, the Nagaram is completely surrounded by Janakirnam, which is crowded by the people. So the city is full of crowded by people. But in case you want to enter into that, you must have an impression or a feeling, a philosophical, spiritual feeling that mithau charitva pravisetu, iti pravisetu, mithau charitra pravisetu. In case you want to enter into the body, enter into the spirituality of our body, and you should know all the mantras, and you should know all about the seer, and then enter into that. So mithau charitva. Mithau means mithya, maya. Don't consider everything is real. There are so many unreal things in the world than that. That's why we are always given to understanding that we mistake unreal things as real and real things as unreal. Therefore, we have all kinds of changes and difficulties in life. Because reality is something which we are about to seek with difficulty. But that we cannot afford. We cannot be successful totally. So you should have that kind of philosophical attitude. Mithau, mithya prapancham. So something like Shankara telling Advaita, Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya. He postulated saying that Brahma is real. And whatever that is appearing now is all Mithya, is a mirage, it's temporary, not at all permanent. It will disappear. What you see now you will not be able to see back. One example would be, so the river water, the flowing river water If you touch once, again you can't touch the same water which you touched earlier. And another kind of water, the flow comes up. That's why that is the life like. So in case unless you have got that kind of impersonal attitude and attachment, you will not be comfortable with the river flow. That's why it is said, Mithau charitva praviset, means one would like to enter. If he likes to enter, he should do so with a view that the body is an illusion, is a maya. And so this is so illusion is there and Paramatma is only Satyam. So the Aranyaka here is quoting the view of Shambhava regarding the efficacy of the mantras and about which one has to know the city, the body. And now again the topic changes. And so our Vedas give you that you cannot ignore the seers, the rishis, responsible for giving us plenitude of known knowledge, which is not ordinarily possible for us to know. But this is all Rishi Pranitam Vedam. So Rishis are the medium between ordinary man and the God. So gods bestow the knowledge to Rishi, and the Rishi in turn bestows that to the humans interested. Therefore, the flow of knowledge, the Gnana Vyapti, is taking place because of the Rishis. And moreover, Sambhavaha is the name of Rishi. And moreover, if you see, the names of Rishis will be really interesting. Agastya, for example, Agastya, Sambhava, Vasishtha, Vishwamitra, look, these are all, and Kaundinya, and there's so many rishis, hundreds and thousands of rishis are there, as are people nowadays, but the rishi population itself is immense in India. And because of the presence of the rishis, and so many gods have taken advantage to have their darshan, to visit their ashramas, knowingly and visibly and invisibly. That is the culture which our India has been. Bharata Kshetra, the Hinduism, is giving a lot of regard for the Rishi. And the Rishis always construct of ashramas away from the world, from madding crowd, cities. Therefore, Kalidasa, for example, also is Rishi, and then he speaks, Punya Srabhadarsanena Atmanam Punimahe. So Dushyanta Maharaja says when he comes to know that there is one Kanvasrama in the mid of the forest, when he went to which he went on hunting, and he wanted to kill or shoot a deer. At that time, suddenly the two the Rishikumaras or the students of that Kanva Maharshi would appear and say, no, don't release your arrow upon the, because it says, Pushparasha Vivagnihi. If at all your arrow is like Agni, and the body of these asrama deer is just like the heap of flowers. So you can use the arrow only on hard substances, but not on soft things like this. Therefore, he says, no. Nakalu bana sannipatyo yamasmin mruduni mruga sarire pushparasha vivagnihi. That thereby you understand, whatever that is there in the Muni ashramas, they're all very soft, tender, and they are not exposed to any kind of hardship by any other person, because they are all sattvic animals, and therefore they are also spiritual. Daivi Jantuhu, and that's how they got plenty of such a good information found in that. So, and even in Agastya, for example, Agastya is such a great eminent poet seer that he has deserted, or he has given up all sins. Aga is sin in Sanskrit, Tya is Tyaga. That person who has So that seer who has given up all sins, Agatyaga, and Vasishtha is another Muni who is absolutely bright and brilliant at all times. So he is called Vasishtha. Vishwamitra he is no enemy to anybody in the world. He is a friend to all. Therefore, that Vishwamitra has improved himself, elevated himself up to the extent of Brahmarshi. He never stopped with it, with that kind of achievement. He again trained Rama and Lakshmana that they become eligible enough, strong enough, that they were able to fight with Ravana, the toughest demon of demons. Ravana Badha Chitra Himsa, people call it. Why Ravana is like that? Because he used to give pain and trouble and torture to Swadhujanas so much that it has become a proverb. Even in Telugu and everywhere, people in Vedic families, Vedic houses, there is a saying, hey, Ravana Badha Chitra Himsa. I remember my father telling like that, because they have derived that kind of Vedic language in their own expressions and so on. So that is really hard, Ravana Badha Chitra Himsa. So Vishwamitra enabled Rama to be divine. So thereby, we should also know that the importance of the rishis. Therefore, any mantra you should be able to utter together with the name of the rishi, name of the chandas, and name of the devata. Then only there is the completion for that particular thing. So now here you have got a problem, you have got a solution in this. Therefore, Veda mantras do not leave you in problems, do not leave you in difficulty. They give you scope for difficulty and also opportunity to undergo the difficulty, but at the same time, they will also give you solution for that, because we are liable to like what is don't than do's, because we're always subjecting ourselves in our life to do's and don'ts. ఇది చేయొచ్చు, అది చేయకూడదు. కానీ చేయకూడదు అని ఏం చెప్తారో దాన్నే చేస్తారు. That's the temptation of all human mind. For example, Pandora box, we have got that Prometheus, he told Pandora not to open the box. But she went on brooding over, why did he say not to open? Why did he say not to open? But ultimately, let me find out. Why should I sustain the surprise? So she opened, and therefore, the Greek people tell you that the entire disease, evil, problem, negativity, everything came out of that box. So even today, it is a proverb, then it's not, it's a Pandora box. Giving a box, not asking you to open. Really interesting contrast, and difficult, become more and more curious. That's why I also say, if you ask somebody, your friend to come to your house, he will postpone coming. Then if you say, don't come to my house, you don't say, but you will say, don't come to my house. Then he will definitely comes to your house quickly. So this negativity is always bothering. But the rishis are trying to give you solution for that. What is solution here? Yadi praviset mithau charitva praviseto. In case you were to enter into that particular region, area, you should have a philosophical attitude, and your mindset must be altogether different. So mithau charitva, mithya, brahma satyam, jagan mithya. With that feeling, you should get up. And who said all these kind of difficulties? I mean, this thing, it is the Rishivakyam. It's a Rishivakyam, it's a statement made by a Rishi. And moreover, Valmiki Maharshi says that na mithya Rishibhashitam. Never that uttered by Rishi turns to be untrue, a failure. ఋషికులు చెప్పిన మాటలు ఎప్పుడు కూడా సత్యంగా ఉంటుంది అని మనకు we have been given the impression that Rishivakyam is really powerful. So here, Sambhavasya Vratam అని చెప్పినప్పుడు, it is a quotation that you have to regard that Sambhava, whatever he said, and he has not only told you the objection, but also give the solution that mithau charitva nagaram bhavat Sambhavasya Vratam. So there are so many comments. For example, What we are talking now is purely coming out of our own thinking. But we have got great commentators, Bhattavaskara, for example, and Sayana, and all these people are there who have given deeper meanings and so on. So here we understand that this is the Sambhava Vratam. And now please repeat, Atamagne Ratham Tishtha. Chapandi.
Atamagne ratam tista. Atamagne ratam tista.
Eka Aswameka Yojanam.
Eka asvame kayojanam. Eka asvame kayojanam.
Eka Chakram Eka Dhuram.
Ekachakram ekadhuram. Ekachakram ekadhuram.
Vatadra Ajigatim Bibho.
Vatadra ajigatim bibho. Vatadra ajigatim bibho.
Narishyati Navyatate.
Narishyati navyatate. Narishyati navyatate.
So here, who is that Surya? Surya is Agni. Agnihi Vaiswanaraha. So Agni Surya, Suryo Agni Surya Swaha. Suryo Agni Swaha. Agni Suryo Swaha. So Agni, night time, terrestrial god. Surya, daytime, heavenly god. So Java and Prithvi. Prithvi Devata is Agni and the Dev Devata is Surya Bhagavan. So they exchange their positions and in respect of giving light and removing the darkness in the world. Because ahaha means darkness and morning. 12 hours darkness, 12 hours day will make one day. That's why ahak karoti, ahaha means one night and day put together. Therefore, illi ikkade undi Agne tam ratham atishtha. Swaram Samskritam. Oh Agni Deva, you see that you board the chariot. You please board the chariot. And that's why when you make a prana pratishtha in Mahanyasa, you are going to say, no, what is it? That mantra tells you that you, oh God, you come with the chariot drawn by the horses. I'm not getting it, I'll get it. So, like that, here also we have got that Atamagne Ratham Tishtha. So, oh, you just Tishtha means you remain stable in the chariot. Because why do you want a chariot? Why do you want a vehicle? To go on foot takes a long time. But if you go on a chariot or a car or a vehicle drawn by a faster medium, so a horse is faster than man's walking. Therefore, here, Atamagne Ratham Tishtha, Hey Agne, Atishtha, Tam Ratham. What is that Ratham? And now the description of the Ratham comes up. Actually, in Yajurveda, in portions, we don't have much topic, descriptional details. They may use only one or two expressions for that. So here also the same tempo is being shown, that Eka Ashwam Eka Yojanam. When you talk about the horse, you should also talk about the power of the horse. So we are always counting the power in terms of horsepower, is it not? So we never count about any other animal in the world. All animals are capable of running fast. But the horse is the only one animal which can continuously run without any difficulty. And for any hours it will run, because the anatomical preparation that Paramatma, the Srishtikarta, is done is that it is able to, its heart power is really unimaginably great. The man's heart, the other animal's heart, they are all less powerful, and they have only suitable. They are only suitable for the living of the respective individual or individual animal. But Ashwa is Lakshmi Rupam. It is every time for service to people, and people are all not patient enough to avail that time. They are all in a hurry. Therefore, the horse that has been hooked to the chariot of the Bhagavan are capable of running yojanas. Yojana is 12 miles. Some people say that the speed, 12 miles speed in the sky, imagine, it's not on the land. So, for example, the distance measured down the sea or up the sky or on the sky, they're all different measurement standards. So that's why if you cover distances in the sky, there are aeronautical miles. So aeronautical miles, and so it's because air machine, and that is able to show their meter accordingly. Therefore, here it is said that Atamagne ratham tishta eka ashwameka yojanam. And what about the wheel? Eka chakram, eka dhuram. So there's not too much complicated. Supposing the vehicle has got so much of heavy equipment, it is hard for the vehicle to pick up speed, because any vehicle which goes forward must go against the wind or in favor of wind. If the wind is favorable, if Vayu is favorable, the speed of the chariot is more. Supposing the wind is opposite direction and opposing the speed, hampering the speed, then it is slow. But however it is, a conveyance or a moving vehicle must go. It should not think of whether there is air forward, whether backward or sideways, and how I am able to go, nothing like that. And here people, they drive in snow and wind. So because the car tires are like that, so even when snow is falling, even when snow storm, some people drive. But though the car, because of the wind power, it is trying to go astray, leaving the main road, but still people balance and see that it remains on the road. It's not easy to drive car outside India, because the weather conditions are always changing, but in spite of it. But imagine ourselves, let us imagine that how would be the car driving or car movement in the sky. And somebody has sent me in WhatsApp a picture, when sun is not moving slowly, he just produces sound, large sound. Hum, om, like that. So that sound is also registered, but that sound cannot be captured by a human ear. Our human ear capacity is always limited. But there is what kind of extraordinary hearing power, and that will record. The NASA people have recorded, and that Omkara sound. Because unless if you are doing some hard service, hard work, for example, weightlifting or running or something like that, then you have to unnoticeably produce sound from your mouth. And simply it's not simply bulgudu, but it must be having a sensible, mystical significance. So what does the Surya Bhagavan sound goes? And I think I forwarded to Rama Yamanur. If not, I forward so that you can share in the mail. And how the sun, hum, om. So the om is Paramatma total. Hum is the energy peak. So when you say hum, it's a magical, mystical utterance, hum, which will be exhibiting the anger of the person who utters. And in whom only, there is a meaning of driving away. So for example, when Trisanku was sent as a projectile to go to heaven, according to the wish of Trisanku Maharaja, belonging to Rama dynasty or Raghu dynasty. He wanted to go up with body. And then Indra, no, nobody can enter the earth, enter the heaven with the human body, with this Panchabhutatmaka Sariram. Unless you are prepared to give up your Panchabhutatmakam Sariram, you are not admitted. Adrinda in Ardapurnashtakam, Shankaracharya tells, Swargadvaraka Patanakari Kasi Puradhishwari Bhiksham Dehi Kripavalambanakari Mata Annapurneswari. Mata Annapurneswari. Amavaru, she will be waiting, keeping the doors to Swarga open. When you are a good philanthropist, a good donor, you have done some religious karakramas which are meritorious, and you have helped people. And people, when they have got money or wealth and health and all that, they will not think of sharing that with the good people and all that. No, they will just be on it. So every morning you look at your passbook, bank balance. And if you are always crying, oh, this much only in my bank. Oh, no. So you have got to have that kind of sharing. Prabhakargaru, Nijekshana. These are the two important things. And therefore, you have got that Eka Chakram, only one wheel, one rim, and Eka Dhuram, only one axle, and the horse has got a speed similar to that speed of the wind god. So wind god will be able to speed up the vehicle, and therefore such a horse has been harnessed to the chariot. So here you see that the capacity that it is able to cover yojanas and yojanas of distance very quickly. And there is one more historical example, that Nala Chakravarti was given a very short time to attend to the Damayanti Swayamvaram. It was specifically done that Nala should not come for the Swayamvara celebration. But there were only 3 days or something like that. So when news came to Nala Chakravarti, he was a past master in the Ashwavidya. And this Ashwavidya, Gajavidya, and Sri Vidya, and so on. All these Vidyas are part of Chaturdasha Vidya, and that is 14 Vidyas. And also it gets included in the 64 kalas. Therefore, when a man is born, let not the man should think that, oh, I am very much free. I have no much work, I can relax. No, human birth is not for relaxation. Human birth is for labor, for exertion, for sharing, and all that. So that's exactly what you get message, is that Ekashwam Eka Yojanam. If the horse were to run with that speed, you can imagine the presence of energy in that. And moreover, you observe that sun who rises at the east at 6 o'clock in the morning, another 6 in the evening, he should be ready to retire and go to the other world. That is important what we should do. Because when my grandson, Mahesh, was a small boy, and in the evening, his mother told, hey, the sun is setting, we have to go back. And we'll get darkness. Like that's when mother commented. Then the boy immediately, no, he is going to India. And he is waking up all people in India so that they can start the puja performance that. So Amama Tata, they are going to send. So imagine that is the kind of next for Surya Bhagavan. There is no rest to Surya Bhagavan. You cannot make Surya to rest at all. Therefore, it is said that Eka Chakram, Eka Dhuram, and Ajigati. Ajigati means horse speed. Aji is a horse. Ajigati, or this horse speed, is Vatadra, as fast, as far, as speedy as the wind god. Because You see that horses are Narayana Udbhava, they're all divine and they have got the speed in them. And every animal is known for one or other prominent characteristic. You know that. So horse is called known for gentle, pleasant, stylish walking. That's why Gaja Gamana, Mada Gaja Gamana, there are so many songs like that. So very, very appreciative gait that a elephant will have, but it will not run longer as a horse or so. So it is all said that Eka Chakram Ekadharam Vatadrajigatam. And moreover, what about the nature and all that? When Surya Bhagavan makes the horses to run so fast, do they not get tired? That's a good question. Do they not get tired? No. Answer. See, here you see Narishyati Navyatate. We have also Narishyati Navyatate. And again we have seen Na Asya Aksho Yatu Sajjati. Chapandit. Na Asya Aksho Yatu Sajjati.
नास्याक्षोयाचु सज्जति नास्याक्षोयातु सज्जति
Yatsvetan Rohitagumschagnehe.
यस्त्वेता अन्नोहितागुश्चाग्नेः यश्चेत्तानोहितागुश्चाग्नेः
Rohitagumschagnehe.
रोहितागुश्चाग्नेः रोहितागुश्चाग्ने
Rathe yuktva adhitishtati.
रथे युक्त्वा अतितिष्ठति रथे युक्त्वा अतितिष्ठति
Yeah. Nasyaksho yatu sajjati.
नास्याक्षो यातु सज्जति नास्याक्षो याचु सज्जति.
So let us know what is that. So we have seen that each horse, what kind of speed, power it has got, and what is a dhuram, only one dhuram, one wheel, and having the vayu speed with them, the horses. And imagine when you say eka chakram, eka dhuram, when when cycle was invented or designed, only one wheel people used to balance on that. Only one wheel, later on, two wheels, and people thought of putting a hub for that, and so that you can have a better speed. So back wheel is dummy, front wheel is a guiding. And again, they normally brakes are not fixed for the front wheel, mostly powerful, but for the back wheel, there is a wheel, there are brakes. So that's why, because of that, and even otherwise, Guragalu, I mean the horses, will go with great speed. And moreover, the horses get a special fillip when they are yoked to a chariot, when they have got the responsibility of drawing 6 people or so, or sometimes the sahibus will fill that, dump the rickshaw with 8-10 people. Even that is a practice in highly populated places like Delhi or Calcutta and all that. So people are just sitting upon one or the other. So that is the kind of thing. But the movement people want, time also is a schedule. So here it is said that the Paramatma, the horses, the chariot working condition, and the grandchildren, and the worship programs like Saundarlari Homa or Vishnu Sukta Homa and all that. So with all that kind of paraphernalia, you see that this particular chariot is proverbially great. What is that proverb that is going like? Is it said it is so Yet Svetan Rohitaguschagre Rathe Yuktva Ditishtati. So we stop here today and continue, but here we are getting plenty of information about the transportation. See, it's a matter of curiosity to all people. What was the kind of life? What was the kind of culture? And what was the kind of civilization? What was the kind of facilities available in our Vedic times? And were not there negative people who try to disdain the sacrificial performance, who like to criticize the Paramatma? So like that, there are one section, but that section of people is large in number. As it is now, you see the anything comes, only few people are able to share and saying that we are able to log on. But you cannot expect all the 24 or 25 or 29 or 30 members registering in the group. So here you see, so Agni has to take care of the horses also. So Atamagni Ratham Tishtha. I'm sorry. Then so na asya sajjati akshaha ya tu ya akshaha sajjati. That is so ekaya cha dashavischa subhute, you noted that. And dvabhyam ishtaye vigumsatya cha tisruvischa vahase drigumsata cha niyadbhi vaya vihata. So the Agni mounts the chariot and traverses with great speed. The chariot of Agni will never break at all. It is constantly ready, no breakdown. That because of the breakdown or continuation depends upon the horse. If the horse is strong and well fed and all that, it will not rest at all and completely listens to the master who controls that. Therefore, he said, and how many horses are there? That's also a good question. Ekaya cha dasavischa svabhute dvabhyam ishtaye vigum satya cha tisravischa vahase trivigum sata cha niyudbhirvaya vihata vimancha. So the speed, now we have got the knowledge about the chariot horses, and the speed that is covered by that, and then how in manifold form the Paramatma will exist. So many details. Actually, you may ask why we are taking long time to complete Aruna Prashna. In 1.5 or 2 hours, we can complete the entire Aruna Prashna from cover to cover. That is different. But this is different. So that is, well, how much concentration of mind will be there when you are just reciting them. But when you are going slowly, you have scope to turn your face sideways. And if at all you pick up anything, you say yes. So you just adjust them. So this is how the whole samsaric life goes like. So I think I stop here. Continue next. Thank you very much. Om Chapandi Sahana Avatu. Sahanau Bhunaktu
Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Krishnarpanamastu. Sri Veda Purushasirvadostu. Om Tat Satu.
Very nice and a